Okay, here we go again. Back with another video, and this is a special lens, the Leica Summar 5cm f2, which is 2 generations earlier than the Summar Chrome. Basically, they had the Summar in 33, and I think it's been stopped producing in 39 when the Summar came out, and then after that the Summar Chrome came out. So they are kind of built on each other, and there were like small modifications in between, but obviously there's a few versions of everything. But this is the Summar, and I don't know why, but people kind of think that Summar is better, and I had the Summar, and I had to sell one of them, and I decided to keep this one because mine is kind of a mint condition one. Let me just take this off. Ooh, nearly dropped it. So it's in a super clean condition. There is some dust on it at the moment, but it is super clean. It is mine is an uncoated version, at least it looks like, but sometimes it looks like coated, so I don't know. It's it starts with a 420,848 number, so it may or may not be coated. It looks uncoated to me, but it might be coated, I don't know. Obviously it's a collapsible lens, so you can collapse it back together like that, tiny, pocketable. And if you want a compact film system, this is probably the best you can get, like an old Leica 3 or 2 or 1, whatever, but the small Barnack Leicas. I might make a video about the Barnack one, because I decided to take out a film camera once a week, just for a walk, just to get back into the groove. So anyway, this is the Summar, and the only reason I have it, because a friend of mine had to sell something to save some money on something, and I kind of wanted to donate him, you know, but he wouldn't accept money, so I bought this a few years ago from him, and I had this lens for years for some reason, and maybe because of this situation, but I never really used it. It was just a nice piece in my collection. It was just in the display unit, basically. I never really used it, and I don't know, it was just sitting there, and I don't know why I didn't use it, and I just picked it up one day. I was like, what to do, and I just went out to the seaside, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take only one lens with me, and this one haven't been used. So I went out to the seaside, and all the pictures came out a little bit foggy, low contrasty, a bit like the Summar kind of stuff, but not that, you know, the Summar is mushy, but also it's a bit beautiful in a way. But this one came out a bit just very low contrast and very foggy and all that stuff. So basically I came home, I was a bit disappointed, and because I expected better from that. The colors were nice, it's just the pictures I wasn't. It was like you were shooting through some foggy stuff. So basically I came home, I was disappointed, had a coffee, took it apart, and gave it a good service. It needed some service. Now it's flawless. You can see zooms or focus really nicely, and the aperture moves really nicely as well. It's a clickless aperture system, so it's pretty awesome. And mine came also with a lens hood that you can just clip on, and the original Leica cap, which stays on. People say it falls off, but mine is quite good. It stays on. I don't know, it's a friend of mine said, because this is a Leica 3A, but it has all the features of an F. It is the flash sync and the 1000 shutter speed. It has all the features except for the red dial. So a friend of mine said it might be a Leica Sin. I don't know. Leica Sin, it means being modified, and the leather feels like upgraded as well. So this one might be a bit rarer. I don't know. If you guys know more about Leica Sins, do tell me how to identify it, and let's find out. Anyway, so the Leica Summar, I came back home and I cleaned it up. I will include pictures, before and after pictures, because this is mind-blowing. Like, people say this lens is garbage. Some people say it, But and I was like that as well when I basically had my first test shoot. I didn't expect much and I didn't get much. It was quite garbage. I took it apart in the kitchen one morning, like 4 a.m. I was crazy, I couldn't sleep. I took it apart, cleaned it, and I took some pictures before in the kitchen. So I will show you how it looked. And like 1 hour later when the service was done, and it's like night and day. It was like when you, I don't know, when you lived in a house and you haven't washed your windows for like 7 years, and then once you do like a spring cleaning or something, which is due, you do a spring cleaning and then, dear Lord, like you had windows, you can see through and everything, you know. So yeah, this was an experience, and I'm not gonna lie, I fell in love with this this lens. I do love the Summicron, but in a way, I kind of prefer this one for some reason. I know the Summicron is my favorite 50mm lens, and I think it's mainly because it's you can throw anything at it and it's gonna deliver. Like, it's sharp, and you know, you got all the good Summicron qualities. But this one is like a Summicron, but with an extra, I don't know, it's a, if you shoot it at the f2, you get that good Leica glow. Like, good or bad, you hate it or love it. I love the Leica glow, or the vintage kind of LTM lens glow. If you shoot it at f2, it is still sharp. Like, you wouldn't believe it. It's still sharp, especially in the center. If you go on the sides, it's not that sharp, but you know, it's like, it's made in the 30s, so you know what you expect. It is insanely good. The only, I don't know, it's super smooth. What I was gonna say, where I'm going with this. So yeah, the pictures. If you stop it down a bit, like come on. So if you shoot it at f2.2 instead of f2, which is not much, if you don't sacrifice much, but if you stop down to f2.2 or 2.5, it doesn't. You know, it's clickless kind of, so I don't know if this picks it up. This is you can go from f2 to f2.5, 12.5, sorry. Obviously, if I shoot digital, I always shoot wide open, because you know, if I'm using this lens, I want the Leica glow and all this stuff, because otherwise I have perfect 50mm lenses that, you know, does the perfect job, like super sharp. But this is f2, it's insane. But if you stop it down to f2.2 or just a bit beyond, then it's crazy sharp, and you still have that a pinch of the Leica glow, you know, so you can compromise. So I love to use this lens for female portraiture. I shoot portrait fitness and boudoir. Go have a look on my website and you will see like what kind of stuff I do. And for females, this lens is insanely good. And I'm telling you, I had a Summar, which I don't have anymore, and because I had to make a choice like which one to sell, and I decided to keep this one because for some reason this is I don't know, it gives me more. I know it might not be that perfect, not maybe Summar is not perfect either, obviously, or maybe my copy wasn't that good, who knows. But this is mint. This is like insane. There is no scratches, there is nothing. Okay, there's some dust in it now, but nothing serious. Like it's you can focus with one finger, obviously, so it's insanely good. And I'm not gonna sell this. This is one of those lenses that you have to pry off my dead corpse. You know, this is insanely good. And I think that there is a nice little cult behind this lens as well, which is, obviously I don't buy anything because there is a cult, but this lens is, you will see that. I mean, I will keep putting up pictures on the video as I always do. It just gives you this vintage look, and if you, I'm not sure, I mean, you could say it's like a budget LTM Summicron version, because the lens design is more or less the same. You know, it's obviously changed over the years and the coating, and there is some changes, but it has that Summicron look, I think, to my eyes anyway. I mean, you know, it's all relative how you perceive it, but this has that Summicron vibe, so this is quite close to me. This is probably my second favorite 50, which is quite a big thing, because I have a bucket load of 50s, and as you can see in the video, like, I mean, the Summar 8 is also as well, you know, but you know, different way, because that's 1.5, and you know, you get a different kind of vibe with it. But this is f2, and I kind of like the f2. I told you guys I like the f2 kind of vibe, and this lens is insanely good. And if you, I'm gonna start a separate like a playlist kind of thing with this camera only, and as you can see, it's loaded with Kodak. So basically what I'm gonna do, once a week I go out and shoot film only, just one roll. And I don't know how I'm gonna do this, because I don't tend to get the film developed, you know, every time when I finish. I probably shoot like 10 rolls or whatever over the year, and maybe at the end of the year I make like develop all of them. Or I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but or anyone cares about it. But it's just such a good feeling to pick this up, this old camera, and it still works like a charm. Like, the shutter sound is insane. And if you shoot with this on the street, people like, no one will say that is no way you can't shoot me, because this is just beautiful. I mean, look at it. I mean, okay, I'm gonna get diverted. So the Summar is insanely good. It is so good that when this lens came out, this was probably the lens that put Leica on the map. Maybe there are more, not sure, but I think this is the lens that put Leica on the map. They said, like, dear Lord, that this was it was sharp. Back in the days, this lens was the shit. You know, this was the insanely good. They had so many orders. It was in back order all the time, and it was crazy expensive as well. I think if you go back in time, this was like in 2000. This would be like $2,200 price. That's what you have to pay for it. I mean, if you go back in those days, that's crazy money, you know. So this lens is a piece of history, and it's pretty insane. And also there is a special rare version, I think it's the tropical version. I was quite excited when I bought this one, because they say there's a tropical version which has a I think that's in the 400,000 serial numbers as well. Only 100 were ever made, and the lens design is a tiny bit different. There's like an extra layer. There's like a glued together layer in the front element. I will put up a lens sheen, but mine is not that, unfortunately. Those go like for $5,000 if you can find one, obviously. I think those there is like a little groove where you pull the lens out. It's designed for tropical weather conditions, like special use lens. They might, I think that's an 8-element lens as well, so it might be a completely different ball game, because as we know, glass is evil. So this might be even better, but that's like a collectible pick. So if you find a Summar like that, you know, and you pick it up for like £200-300, like you would these ones, or 400, whatever, depending on condition, then you made some good money, like 10 times the price. Yeah, I would say like this lens is crazy good, sharp. Like, I would go as far, like, if I use some of the modern Leica lenses, and then you compare it with this, like, if I don't tell you which one is which, I doubt you would be able to tell me which one is which, unless if you shoot like a Noctilux, obviously, you know, but that you can tell because it's like 0.9. But if you shoot this lens and a Summicron, which is crazy money, I don't think you can tell the difference. So because this lens is uncoated, I have this lens hood, which is sometimes I go out and specifically hunt for lens flares, as you can see. So sometimes I don't use it, but most of the time I keep it on. It's like just screws on, so it stays on. It's solid. It makes it a bit much more bulkier. So if you think about pocketable stuff, the hood might be in the way. But if you put this thing on, it's all cool. So it's still like a super light setup. And shooting film, like, I don't know if you guys are interested in making a video about the Leica. I can make a Leica video if you guys want. It's a cool little camera. What to look for when you buy one. But yeah, this lens is crazy good. It's I'm really passionate about this, which is weird because I don't use it all that often, and but I will now. I mean, I use it a lot, but I don't use it as much as I should, probably because this is crazy good. This could be like a signature lens in portraiture, you know, like if you shoot period kind of vintage vibey black and white female portraiture, especially. This lens can be like insane. This could be like an insane creative tool in your little toolbox, you know. I hope you guys like the samples. Obviously the samples, I won't include any of the Boudoir stuff because I don't want to get banned. But if you guys go on the website, you can see all my portraits, fitness, and Boudoir work, and also I'm selling erotic art prints. If you guys interested, go to the website and have a look, and obviously follow, like, subscribe, and check out the social media. It's all linked in the description. So yeah, this is a wonderful. I can only recommend it. Honestly, I don't understand the people who, because if you go on forums, people complain about that it's foggy and not sharp, and I think those people, either they have a bad copy that's been dropped or something, or they never had the service. And if you have something 90 years old, come on, 90, like, you need to service your glass. Like, if you can see through the lens, obviously it's gonna be a garbage. I mean, when I serviced this one, this was night and day. If you guys see the pictures, like, you will see it's if you look after this lens, it's gonna last longer than you are, and it's pretty sharp and everything. So yeah, again, I'm gonna try to keep this video shorter, but I just wanted to mention this lens because it's insane. Also, happy Easter, because this is Easter Monday here. Do you guys I don't know if you guys want to see like a sharpness comparison between this and the Summicron R I have, or I can compare it to a few other 50s if you guys want to, even the Summar and the Summar 8. We could if you guys want to. I mean, I don't really enjoy pixel peeping and all that stuff, but just for kicks, if you want, we can do like a comparison. I don't know, but this lens is very affordable. If you have like an old Leica body, or not even a Leica body, maybe you have a fat body, or maybe you have like a Canon 7. I have a Canon 7 in there. If you have a Canon 7 body, anything with LTM mount, basically, or a Zorky or whatever, this glass, you just put it on, because the camera is just a body, I would argue. Like, obviously, there is a different experience, a different feel between the bodies, because this is like a piece of jewelry, obviously. If it's looked after, like, everything is so smooth, and then the shutter sound is like crazy. I mean, I have a Leica, not a Leica, I have a Fed too, which I serviced myself. I took it apart to pieces, and I would argue my serviced Fed is even smoother than this one. Like, the sound is like beautiful. I mean, this haven't been serviced for a while. I might do it again, but it is still fine, and I don't want to mess anything up, obviously. And also, not lazy, but you know, maybe a little bit lazy. Yeah, this camera still works 100% fine. The shutter speeds are fine as well. It's just perfect. And it took me a while to pick this camera up, because obviously it's such an old thing, and sometimes you don't always want to slow down. On this one, then you have to slow down like crazy. Focus, compose, and then double check the focus again. You know, I might buy an external viewfinder, I don't know, but I just love this. Like, it's so tiny. Look at it, like how tiny it is. Like, if I had a purse, I would be able to put it in my purse. Anyway, I want to keep it short. Let me know, guys, what you think. And honestly, if you see one of these lenses, I'm gonna make a video also on how to service it, so if you guys need help with that, just watch that, and then happy days. I'll probably make that video this week or the next week, and I will link it together. And then if you guys want to service yours, because honestly, I'm telling you, it is the most important thing. If you buy something from the 30s that's like almost 100 years old, yeah, you need to service it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and happy Easter, and like, subscribe, and you know, all the good stuff. Thanks for watching.